What can we use instead of many and much? What can we use instead of many and much? We can use a lot of instead of many and much. Are there a lot of people in a small village? Are there a lot of people in a small village? No, there aren't a lot of people in a small village. There are few people in a small village. Do the English drink a lot of coffee? Do the English drink a lot of coffee? No, the English don't drink a lot of coffee. They drink a lot of tea. A lot of tea. Do you like to see a room with a lot of flowers in it? Do you like to see a room with a lot of flowers in it?
Yes.
I like to see a room with a lot of flowers in it. Do you put a lot of butter on your bread? Do you put a lot of butter on your bread?
No.
I don't put a lot of butter on my bread. Do we use our mouth for both eating and speaking? Do we use our mouth for both? For both eating and speaking?
Yes.
We use our mouth for both eating and speaking. Can you speak both Chinese and Portuguese? Can you speak both Chinese and Portuguese? No, I can't speak. I can't speak both Chinese and Portuguese. I only speak Portuguese. Okay. Do you go to the cinema a lot? Do you go to the cinema a lot?
No,
I don't go to the cinema a lot. Do you read a lot? Do you read a lot? Yes, I read a lot. Do you eat a lot? Do you eat a lot? No, I don't eat a lot. Do you use your mobile phone a lot? Do you use your mobile phone a lot?
Yes.
I use my mobile phone a lot. Do you want anything to eat at the moment? Do you want anything to eat at the moment? No, I don't want anything to eat at the moment. If you want something to eat, where must you go? If you want something to eat, where must you go? If I want something to eat, I must go to home or to a restaurant. Okay. Do you want anything to drink at the moment? Do you want anything to drink at the moment?
No,
I don't want anything to drink at the moment. If you want something to drink, where must you go? If you want something to drink, where must you go? If I want something to drink, I must go either home or a bar or a restaurant, etc. If you want to eat in a restaurant, about how much money must you have? If you want to eat in a restaurant, about how much money must you have? If I want to eat in a restaurant, I must have about 30 reais. If you want to hear people speaking Japanese, which country must you go to? If you want to hear people speaking Japanese, which country must you go to? If I want to hear people speaking Japanese, I must go to Japan. Okay. Can you play the piano? Can you play the piano?
No.
I can't play the piano. Can you play football? Can you play football?
No.
I can't play football. All right. What do we say to people between about 6 a.m. and 12 p.m.? What do we say to people between about 6 a.m. and 12 p.m.? We say good morning to people between about 6 a.m. and 12 p.m. What do we say to people between about 12 p.m. and 5 p.m.? What do we say to people between about 12 p.m. and 5 p.m.? We say good afternoon to people between about 12 p.m. and 5 p.m. What do we say to people between about 5 p.m. and 10 p.m.? What do we say to people between about 5 p.m. and 10 p.m.? We say good evening to people between about 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. And what do we say when we say goodbye after 10 p.m. or when we go to bed? And what do we say when we say goodbye after 10 p.m. or when we go to bed? We say good night. When we say goodbye, after 10 p.m. or when we go to bed. Okay. Do you come here in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night? Do you come here in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening, or at night? I come here in the morning, not in the afternoon, or in the evening, or at night. Okay. So, what's this? What's this? It's a piece of paper. Good. Are there any pieces of paper on the table? Are there any pieces of paper on the table?
No.
There aren't any pieces of paper on the table. Okay. About how many pieces of bread do you eat with your lunch? About how many pieces of bread do you eat with your lunch? I eat about two pieces of bread with my lunch. Okay. What's the difference between a country and the country? What's the difference between a country and the country? The difference between about a country and the country is that a country is a nation, whereas the country is the opposite of town. Okay. What's the name of your country? What's the name of your country? Brazil. Brazil is the name of my country. What's your nationality? What is your nationality? My nationality is Brazilian. What nationality is Mr. Cullen? What nationality is Mr. Cullen? Mr. Cullen is British. Okay, perfect. Do you live in the country? Do you live in the country?
No.
I don't live in the country. I live in a town. In a town. Do most children live with their parents? Do most children live with their parents?
No.
Yes. Most children live with their parents. Okay. Do you want to live for 100 years? Do you want to live for 100 years?
No.
I don't want to live for 100 years. Okay. Does gas smell pleasant? Does gas smell pleasant? No, gas doesn't smell pleasant. It smells. It smells, okay? Unpleasant. All right. Do flowers smell unpleasant? Do flowers smell unpleasant? No. Flowers don't smell unpleasant. They smell pleasant. Do most people think work is a pleasant thing? Do most people think work is a pleasant thing?
No.
Most people don't think work is a pleasant thing. They think it's an unpleasant thing.